Attention bowlers, we are gonna get started. Please finish your warm-up frames. We're gonna be changing to scoring in just a moment. Welcome to Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire for a Class B North extravaganza match. Hello everyone, my name is Steve Kelly and it's gonna be Caitlin Zoltko visiting John Cadiero this evening. It's great to have you along, and let's get right into the action here at Concord. The match format is 5 strings with 14 points available. For the bowlers today, it's 2 points that are up for grabs in each game, and if you tie, it's worth 1, with the grand total pinfall being worth 4 divided by 2 if there's any ties. Caitlin Zoltko will be our away bowler, and she will begin on the right lane, and she'll drop 6 pins to start her journey out. That's 1, 2, 4, 9. And she'll take out the 9 pin on the second ball. She leaves the 1, 2, 4. And she'll make it a 7 box. In Candlepin bowling, we have 3 balls per frame as opposed to 2 in 10 pin, and the third ball is contingent on if no strikes or spares are thrown. Candlepin bowling is a little bit different from 10 pin bowling. Beyond the third ball, we don't clear the deadwood, that's the laying pins on the plates, after each throw compared to 10 pin and duck pin. So you can see there's a 4, 7, 8 leave down there for Caitlin Zoltko. There's a piece of wood laterally in front of the 4, and we're not going to clear it because it's valid wood. And it's almost a valid spare. Gave the 8 pin a run for its money, but nothing could convince it to go down. Caitlin Zoltko tried for the spare on the wood. It didn't quite go, but it's going to be a 10 instead. It'll be 17 after 2 for Caitlin Zoltko. The targets are smaller in Candlepin. The bowling balls are obviously smaller. The pins are narrower. The pins are narrowly heavier than the ball itself. Small differences in Candlepin make it all the more fun. Caitlin Zoltko will drop 7. She didn't hit the head pin directly, but it is still a split then. It's the 2, 7, 8 with deadwood. Caitlin Zoltko will go for the spare, and she's got the spare. That's our first spare of the evening, 7-10 spare for Caitlin Zoltko. Oh, we have a look at that shot again. A beautiful execution by Caitlin. This will be a fill on the spare. A light hit on the 3, but middle and back rows kind of helped out. It'll be a 5 fill for Caitlin. 32 through 3. For a spare ball, she gets a double spare. That was very well done by Caitlin. Okay, that's 2 spares in a row. And where did the ball go? I want to say it went on the outside of the head pin. And did it? Yes, it did. And that's the best way to take that spare. Caitlin Zoltko's at 42 through 4 and a bonus. And here comes the spare fill crossing over left to right. It's another 5 fill. 20 across 2 frames. That's 47 through 4. Caitlin Zoltko versus a 5 drop. A Caleri, she almost spares it. The sleeper is the only one that didn't go. But Caitlin will make it a 9. The bowlers will rotate every 5 frames / boxes. I will use those terms interchangeably. Caitlin Zoltko has 56 through 5. Halfway through the first game here in Concord, New Hampshire at Boutwell's Bowling Center. Our home bowler this evening is John Cadiero, and he will be starting out on lane 6, following Caitlin's footsteps for his first 5 frames of this match. It's been a little while since we've had John Cadiero on the program, a couple of months, and there's a way to start out again with a strike. I don't even know if I'll have time to show you, but he just threw a casual hammer on the 1-3. And here's the follow-up for John Cadiero. He'll take out on the first ball in the second frame. 2 balls for the strike fill, so not a complete disaster just yet. 2 down, 8 up. For the strike fill, he'll make it a 3 fill. Oops. If I can put it in place. 13 through 1 for John Cadiero. And he's looking, oh, and he'll get a 3-box. He missed the head pin twice. Again, we're only 2 frames in, so, you know, does anything matter at this point? We'll find out. It'll only be if games are won or lost by small margins. That's when we'll come back to remember that moment. As John Cadiero will mix down 8 pins, leaving the 1 and the 2. This looks like a gimme pair. Cadiero, he's got it for the spare. 26 in a bonus through 3 for John Cadiero as we relive the memories of that spare. And let us continue. A mark fill for John Cadiero. Another hit towards the right. That's a 4 fill. 30 through 3. And will he pile drive? He will kind of do that. He'll leave the 7 and the 9 on the spare shot. John Cadiero will make it a 9-box in the 4th. 39 through 4, I believe. I'm just waiting for the confirmation on the off-screen scoreboard. It is 39 through 4. I'll call the match for you in audio form as well as keep the scoreboard updated on your screen. My scoreboard's unofficial. The bowlers maintain the book records and the paper copy and a separate digital copy separately from mine. That's a 7 drop for John Cadiero. 2, 4, 5. We get a Cadiero triangle. Oh, we can't quite do that. We'll get 66% of a Cadiero triangle. John Cadiero has 2 marks this half, as does Caitlin Zoltko. That's a 10 for John Cadiero. He'll open with a 49.5. 56 through 5, Caitlin Zoltko. 49 through 5, John Cadiero. That's the first 5 boxes in the first half of the first game. We'll begin with the 3rd quarter of the first game on line 5 for the first time this evening with Caitlin Zoltko up next. Caitlin Zoltko's our away bowler with an away record of 88 and a season record of 88 and 122, and away record of 39 and 59. Caitlin Zoltko puts down 5. 4 horsemen right side and a sleeper 9 pin. And she'll take the 3, 6, 10 and leave the 1 and the 9 second ball. Caitlin Zoltko has a home record of 49 and 63 at Lakeside Lanes in Manchester, New Hampshire. She'll take an 8-box. 64 through 6. Caitlin Zoltko averages 104.8 for the season. She's played 15 matches. This will be match number 16 for her this evening. She averages on the road 106.3. That's about 2 point something and change higher than her home average of 103.60. And she'll drop 7 on the head pin. 3, 5, 6. Caitlin Zoltko has a high single of 135 and a high series of 586. And she'll take a triangle spare. 74 and a bonus now for Caitlin Zoltko through 7 frames. A great one. A great one for 3. Caitlin won't quite cross over. She'll take 6 down. That's the 1, the 3, the 4, and the 7. $80 through 7 for Caitlin Zoltko. And can she take the pocket? Not quite. She'll take the 3 instead. Zoltko for the out. She'll leave the head pin. A 9-box. 89 in the 8th. Caitlin Zoltko in Class B North Division 3. Division rank 4, wildcard seed number 9. Caitlin Zoltko has 25 strikes, 150 spares, 180 tens for the season. And Caitlin will collide with the head pin and take 6 down. It's a left side diamond. That's the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Caitlin Zoltko has a 50% perfect box percentage for the season. That means half of the boxes she throws result in 10 or higher. She has 7,862 pinfall, pins for the season. She'll take an 8 box here. 97 through 9. John Cadiero and Caitlin Zoltko are in the bottom half of their division in Class B North Division 3. And if I'm reading the numbers right, I believe they've both technically been eliminated from playoff contention at this time. That's a 6 drop for Caitlin Zoltko. 3, 6, 8, 10 is the split and the leave and the play for the spare. And Caitlin Zoltko will take the spare, though, no problem. In the 10th, that's her 4th mark for 107 and a bonus. Spinning wood, spinning messenger. And the fill is going to be more than 3. It'll be 5. And I believe 112 is the total. I'm just pending the confirmation. Yes, it is 112. Game 1 for Caitlin Zoltko. 40% on the head pin. 2 splits, totaling 21 off of fills and averaging 5.25 for each mark fill. And averaging 6.0 on the first ball. Coming up next is John Cadiero to finish off the first game in the 4th quarter here on the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour in Class B North. And here he is, John Cadiero on the 1-3 pocket, finding it this time not crossing over too much compared to his previous first few balls. That's a 6 drop and a split, 3 left, 1 right. 2, 4, 7, 10 for Mr. Cadiero as he fires on the 3 on the left. He just missed the pocket by a hair. He left the 2 and the 10 as a result. Looking for an out. He'll take a nice 9. 58 through 6 for John Cadiero. John Cadiero is our home bowler. He bowls here and works here at Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire, out of Class B North Division 3, same as Caitlin Zoltko, so this is a divisional quarrel this evening. And he'll miss the head pin to the right a little bit. He'll take 4 down. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 for John Cadiero, firing for a spare, misses the pocket a little bit, takes the head pin by proxy, leaves the 6 and the 10. John Cadiero has a season record of 106 and 132. This is his final match of the regular season of the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour this year. This is match number 18 for John Cadiero with an away record of 50 and 76, a home record of 56 and 56. John Cadiero will take a 10. 68 through 7. John Cadiero averages for the season 109.8. Away average 108.3, home average 111.6. This is his first year in the ACST by my recollection. 1-2 pocket hit for John Cadiero. 3, 5, 9, 10 is the play. For a spare. The attempt is good for John Cadiero. 78 and a bonus through 8. 3, 5, 9, 10. You just had to plow the 3, 5, 9 cluster, and you were basically golden, and that was precisely what John Cadiero did. He's filling the spare now. Missed the head pin, takes 7 though, 1, 3, 6. He might get another mark out of this. He's at 85 through 8. What can John Cadiero do? Let's watch. Oh no, he threw his hands up the second. He threw the ball a little bit off. Leaves the 1 and only the 1 for the head pin. And he'll make it a 10 box in the 9th for 95 through 9. John Cadiero is going to need a mark and a good fill to take the first. Caitlin Zoltko's wall of defense is 112. 1 frame to go in the 10th box. Cadiero's bid on the head pin. He breaks up the split. He drops 8, 6, 9. A must mark. And the must is a not. What could have been? Ends up being a 10 on the retry. Game 1 belongs to Caitlin Zoltko with 2 points. 112 to John Cadiero's 105, and those scores are confirmed. We are done game one. Game one is game done. We're going to move on to game two here at the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour in just a second or two. Caitlin Zoltko warming up at Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. Caitlin Zoltko with 2 points thus far. And I hope you're having a great time at home, our remote viewers, as well as our viewers here physically. Great to have you along. And let's move on to another great game of Candlepin bowling. Caitlin Zoltko up next. You threw a 112 in the first game. Caitlin starts with a 2-drop. And for the half Worcester spare, she's got it. Yes, I neglected to tell you that 2-drop is a right side half Worcester on the 3 and the 9, but Caitlin Zoltko turned that into a mark on the outside of the head pin. Mowed him down, 10 and a bonus. And here she is with a strike on spare. Big 20 followed by 10 plus more. Caitlin Zoltko with the strike on spare, and what a play that was. Didn't cross over. It was a Manhattan side shot in the 1-2 pocket as she starts from the left to the right. Great ball, 30 and a bonus through 2. And it's away. Can she get another one? She'll hit the 1-3 pocket thinly. 4 so far. 5 on the left, 1 on the right. And the result of the strike fill is going to be, wow, the 10-pin slides a little bit. It'll be a 7-10 split for an 8 fill on the strike. 38 through 2. Possibly 46 through 3, maybe 47. How about 47 through 3 with a 9 box as she clips the 7 and leaves the 10. And I would like to announce Caitlin Zoltko to tell her husband that she hit the 7-pin. You heard it here. She'll drop 6, leaving the 4 horsemen right side. And will she spare the 4 on the right side? Not quite. She'll leave the head pin, the object. She's in the 50s in the 4th. 10 for 57 through 4. Caitlin Zoltko, past 5 matches, she's taken 22 points, averaging 4.4 points per match. She's taken 28.94 pins out of her 78.62 seasonal pinfall in her past 5. Just slightly misses the head pin to the left. 3-6-10, 4 horsemen right side will be the bid for the spare. Caitlin Zoltko's averaging 5.8 on the first ball. Just misses the outside of the head pin. It'll be a 60-something half at least. There's a light hit on the outside of the head pin. She'll take a 7 in the 5th. That's 64 through 5 for Caitlin Zoltko. That's a 1.5 total of 176. Coming up next is going to be John Cadiero on lane number 6 to start the second game. Quarter number 2 on the ACST in Concord, New Hampshire at Boutwell's. Here's John on the pocket, beautiful ball, and a 9 drop and a single pin split leave to start out the second game, first box. 3 pin. Cadiero, let's go. That's a spare for John. 10 through 1 plus gravy. Laser that 3 down. John Cadiero on the 1-3 pocket. That's a big fill on the 1-3 pocket on the inside. 4-7, 8 fill. And he'll take a spare on spare. 28 and a bonus through 2 for John Cadiero. He's got his engine started They're revving, and they're making obnoxious noises. 2 spares for John Cadiero. Here's the next ball. Oops. Oh my goodness, that's a strike for John Cadiero. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry about the camera thing, but it's a strike on spare for John Cadiero. That is 48 in a bonus through 3 for John, and I'm so sorry about that. You're going to see a great shot of lane 5 for a second too long, but we got to see the 2-pin fall last. John Cadiero in the 1-3 pocket for a double strike. He drops 9. It's the 5-pin kingpin, single pin high noon ball. Let's go for a 4th mark in a row, possibly. John Cadiero, let's see what happens. Just misses it to the right. I know that feeling. 9 fill on the strike, 57 through 3 for JC. And there it is on the retry. So he's got 67 through 4, John Cadiero. John Cadiero, 1-3 pocket this time, takes 6 down. 2, 4, 5, 8. He's perfect on the head pin this half. And he's off the object on the diamond. Oh, wow. He touches 2, but only takes 1. You know, 76 was a good year, and so was 64. And those are the halves for our 2 bowlers. That's 64 through 5 for Caitlin Zoltko halfway through the second, and 76 halfway through the second for John Cadiero as well. 176 Caitlin Zoltko, 181 John Cadiero. When we come back in a couple of seconds, it'll be Caitlin Zoltko on lane 5. Quarter 3 of the second game. Here's Caitlin Zoltko to the left of the head pin, takes 6 down, 1, 3, 6, 8. She'll cross over a little bit on the spare ball, leaving the 1, the 6, and the 8 to pluck at for up to a 10 box and a 7 box minimum. And there's a 10. Nicely done. 74 through 6 for Caitlin Zoltko. What more can I tell you about Caitlin Zoltko, who's had more than 9 matches, totaling over 500 in grand total pinfall, gone in a row in terms of strings where she's totaled more than 100 consecutively. She'll take 3 down on the first ball. Longest streak of matches over 500, 9 in a row. Longest winning streak of more than 7 points, 3 in a row. Takes a few more out. She's got 2 middle, 2 left, 1, 3, 4, 7. Caitlin Zoltko's in Class B North from Class D North last year, a promotion of 2 whole classes. She'll take an 8. 82 through 7 for Caitlin Zoltko on average takes 5.6 points per away match, 6.1 points per home match. Caitlin, wow, okay. First of all, that was more pins than I was expecting to go down. It was a thinnish hit on the pocket, but the mix was a big splash. The 2-pin slit at the 6-pin stands. It's an 8-drop split for Caitlin Zoltko. 2-6, and only the 2 goes. I'm a little surprised by the action on that. It wasn't quite the angles I was expecting to work out. Pin rolling out of play. John Cadiero will go down to do the honors. We'll take a brief moment to show you some more stats for Caitlin Zoltko first. On average, she goes 26.3 for 50 on the head pin per match, and 13.3 splits on average per match. That's actually a rather high number of splits per match. She has 3 pinfall wins this season. Caitlin Zoltko will make it a 9 in the 8th. That's 91 through 8 for Caitlin. Two boxes to go. Closing in on the second game. Caitlin Zoltko over 200 already. It's away. crosses over, and the 10-pin slides a bit to the left. That's just the way these plates work at Boutwell's. You're just going to see pins slide and sometimes stand up. Caitlin's on the outside of the head pin, mixes down everything but the 7. Nine or 10 for Zoltko. It's going to be a 10, 101 through 9. Caitlin Zoltko has the 32nd highest Class B average at 104.8. Caitlin Zoltko on lane 5 for the head pin. Hits it a little thinly. Cluster of 5 on the left side. Caitlin Zoltko for the spare. A little off the object. Piece of wood may come steal it. Not quite. Object is left 2-pin. 9 or 10. It's gone for a 10. Caitlin Zoltko's second game is only 1 under her first game. That's a 111 in the second game for a 2-game total of 223. Now, John Cadiero is coming back with a not insignificant half of 76. Let's see if he can catch up to Caitlin Zoltko and take some points. He had a high-powered 3 mark in a row first half, possibly a 4th. With high-powered fills, 8, 10, 9 for those fill values. John Cadiero on lane 5. Use. Pocket. 6 slides, 7 stands, 8 drop, split. 6 slids slightly to the right. 3 planks of wood in the center across the 6-7. Cadiero's got some work to do. He certainly does. Didn't really go for the 6. He kind of wanted to cap the wood in the middle and not much, didn't get much out of it. The 6 is still standing tall for a 9 box. For John Cadiero, that's 85 through 6 with that 9 box. John Cadiero is 69% perfect on the head pin this evening with 3 splits and is throwing 7.27 on the first ball. His high single this season is 146. His high series is 618. John Cadiero mixes down 5. It's a right side Caleri, named after Bob Caleri of Lexington, Massachusetts. A local legend. Cadiero versus the Caleri. 3 of 5 go down. He's got the 6 and the 10. John Cadiero, just like Caitlin Zoltko, has a perfect box percentage of 50%. He'll round that off for a nice 10 box, keeping his minimum box high, 95 through 7. It looks like he is in decent odds of taking the second game. John Cadiero's 3rd place in his division, as we previously talked about. He's in Class B North Division 3. 6th place in the wild card seeds. Unfortunately, on Danny Finn's sheet, it would appear that he has the unfortunate E next to the elimination status, which would represent an elimination from playoff contention, unfortunately. But he's had a great season. And your first season, you know, just to put up numbers like this, it's a great place to start. I started the ACST myself also in Class B. Got to start somewhere. Cadiero leaves the 3 for a 9. That's 104 through 8. Two frames to go. He's got to find 7 pins in 2 frames. Chat, do you think we can do it? I don't know. I've seen stranger things happen. There's 5. So we'll get more than halfway there. That's a Caleri on the right side. John Cadiero on the 1, 3, 6, 10, 8. He's on the object, kind of hits it light. Not a whole lot going on there otherwise. He plays 6 and the 9. 6 and the 8, excuse me. Numbers. Cadiero makes it a 9 box, 113 through 9. He takes the second game officially. And now he's working on just getting the total situation cleaned up. It's 223 for Caitlin Zoltko, 218 plus a box for John Cadiero as we finish the second game. Cadiero to the left of the head pin. He leaves the 1, the 3, and the 7 on the first ball. Cooled down a little bit since the start of the game, but it was enough to coast. 1-3-7 for John Cadiero here. Oh, no, miss the object and thread the needle. Standing there stunned. I would be too. It's going to be close in the total. We'll keep an eye on this total. 7 or higher. 7 it is. 225. He takes the advantage of the total by 2 to finish the second game with a 120. John Cadiero 225. Caitlin Zoltko 223. They're deadlocked in points, and they're nearly deadlocked in the grand total pinfall. 11 on 20. Yes, and those scores are confirmed before I get ahead of myself too much. That's enough with game 2. Let's move on to game number 3. Caitlin Zoltko getting ready to fire here at Boutwell's Bowling Center to start this third game of 5. Caitlin Zoltko of Lakeside Lanes in Mandan, New Hampshire. Also my teammate for the Speed League, along with Paul Mativier. Will be tearing up the lanes this summer. 6 drop and a split for Caitlin Zoltko. 6, 7, 9, 10. Takes a 3 on the left, nothing on the 7. Zoltko will make it a 9 in the first. At Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. And Caitlin's on the 1-3 pocket. Doesn't push the 4. 4 and 7 stand. 8 drop. Placement looks decent for a spare. Oh, but the kick of the wood spins to protect the 7 from harm. She makes it a 10, 19 through 2 for Ms. Zoltko. Boutwell's Bowling Center is located at 152 North State Street in Concord, New Hampshire with 24 lanes, 12 on each side. Check out their Facebook page for info about events, leagues, announcements, whatever it is, you can find it on their Facebook page. Boutwell's. 6 drop for Caitlin Zoltko, 4, 6, 7, 10. Wood in the center and the right. Caitlin wanted to play the right side of that wood, the right idea, but she was just a little bit more to the center for the action. That'll be a 9 for Caitlin in the third. 28 through 3. Caitlin's on the 1-3, mixing down all but the 7. It's a good spare leave situation, though. Caitlin cleans it up for the spare. Nicely done. In the fourth, 38 in a bonus. Caitlin Zoltko 261 plus a fill in the fourth. Filling with 5. 4 horsemen right side in the 7. She's perfect on the head pin this half. And this game, for that matter. She'll take a few more out, leaving the 1 and the 7. And she makes it a 9, 52 through 5 is the half for Caitlin Zoltko, and she's halfway done the match. She has 275, 2.5 games in, 1 strike, 6 spares, and 6 tens, 52% perfect box percentage over par average of 50%. 44% in the head pin, 5 splits, 6.03 first ball average. That's the halftime update for Caitlin Zoltko. Now let's see what John Cadiero can do to catch up to those numbers. He's doing quite well himself. He'll take 4 down to start things out. Cadiero for the spare bid on the outside of the head pin. Will he roll some wood and steal the 2? Not quite. John Cadiero has 9,335 seasonal pinfall. He has 38 strikes, 192 spares, and 197 tens. He'll take a 9-box in the first. John Cadiero, in his past 5 matches, he's taken 40 points, averaging 8.0 points per match. 3,016 pins he's taken home, compared to his seasonal pinfall of 9,335 pins. John Cadiero will mix down. He'll slide the 3 a bit. Split of 8. 310 leave. 3 is a bit off kill. Actually might make the shot a little bit easier, narrowing the gap between the 3 and the 10. But it starts with hitting it, unfortunately. Yes, you got to still hit the 3 pin no matter what. John Cadiero, he has a rather large number here in his longest streak of strings where he's gone more than 100 in a row. 22. That's a second 9-box for 18 through 2. Likewise, John Cadiero's longest streak of matches where he's gone more than 500 in grand total pinfall has been 10 consecutive, and he's gone 3 matches in a row, longest streak where he's gone more than 7 points per match. And he'll drop 8. The 5 will slide a bit. It's a big gap, the 5 and the 6. Cadiero takes the 6, not the 5. Played the 6 to the left. And Cadiero will take a third 9-box in a row to stay very consistent for 27 through 3. Caitlin Zoltko's at 28 through 3. John Cadiero's average points per away match is 5.6. At home, he averages 7 points. John Cadiero will take down 3. On average, John Cadiero has 24.4 head pins per 50 in a match, with 11.6 splits on average per match. Cadiero on a 3-drop. Misses the head pin, but gets a right sidewall bounce to take everything but 1 pin standing. Let's see if he gets a 4th 9-box or a first 10-box in this first half of Game 3. And he'll make it a 10, breaking the streak. That's 37 through 4 for John Cadiero and 43 through 4 for Caitlin Zoltko. In John Cadiero's past 5 home matches, he has taken 36 points with an average of 7.2 points per home match. And he keeps on rolling on the pocket. 2-4-10. John Cadiero has the 7th highest Class B average at 109.8. He wanted to play to the left of the 2-4, went to the left 4, left the 2 and the 10 the 2 and the 10 are standing. It'll be an 8. Markless 5th half. Markless second game half, 45 through 5 for John Cadiero with a halftime total of 270, just down by 5 to Caitlin Zoltko's 275. Both bowlers have 2 points apiece. Caitlin Zoltko narrowly in the lead in the 5th game and in the total. Zoltko leads by 5 in the total, and Zoltko leads by 7 in the string. It's your halftime update. John Cadiero with a 56% head pin completion percentage, 6 splits, 6.47 first ball average. John Cadiero threw 2 strikes, 4 spares, and 7 tens. That's your halftime update for John Cadiero. It's time for Caitlin Zoltko to open up the second half. And what a way to open the second half. A 9-drop. The 9-pin kingpin standing for a spare bid. Zoltko for the mark. Too much of a crossover, and the wood wasn't close enough to kick forward. A cap of the wood makes it a 10, 62 through 6. Caitlin crosses over on the 1-3, sort of a diagonal ball. It's the 5-7-8. Pins on the middle and left with a lot of wood in the center. Zoltko for the spare. The wood gets deflected. For the retry, without the wood, she'll pluck one, leaving two. The 5 and the 7 stand. 8 box, 70 through 7 for Caitlin Zoltko. She's been perfect on the head pin except for the 5th box. 3 splits, 48% overall in the head pin this evening, 6.15 first ball average. So I expect 6.15 pins. How about 10 pins here? I'll tell that. That's a strike for Caitlin. Through 8 plus a fill. That crossover ball, it worked. Worked well. Crossed over a little too much this time, though. 1, 2, 9, 7 drop. 7 so far on the strike fill. What'll it be for Caitlin? Just on the head pin. It'll be an 8 fill on the strike. $88 through 8 plus 10. 98 through 9. Caitlin Zoltko in her past 5 matches has thrown 16 strikes, 62 spares, and 76 ticks out of her season total of 25, 150, and 180 strike spare 10s. Caitlin, 3-6 pocket this time, a little bit too much of a crossover. 4 drop. An arrangement of 6 pins in the center. 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. And she'll take those for the spare. A bundle of 6 results in a spare for Caitlin Zoltko with the 4 pin, thinking about it and falling late last. Caitlin Zoltko's at 108 and a bonus on a pending spare fill. Here it goes. Found the head pin there. Mixes down 7. 7 on the fill. And that's going to be a 115, a third game for Caitlin Zoltko, a 3-game total of 338. 57% perfect boxes. 47% on the head pin. 6 splits, 6.13 first ball average. 59 in bonus pins off of fills, and that's an average of 6.56 for each mark fill. John Cadiero with a 45 half has to get to 115 to tie. Anything higher to take 2 points. When we return, it'll be John Cadiero on lane 5 at Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire, to finish game 3. Here's John Cadiero. Missing the head pin to the right. Might get the steal. Not quite. I thought the 2 was leaning. 8 down so far. 1-2 pocket. The pins he missed. The pins he gets. For the spare for John Cadiero. Starting some work to get to a 115 or higher on that 1-2 pocket. Beautifully executed ball for John Cadiero. And here's the follow-up. Pocket a little full, a little bit straight down. 5 fill, 3 right, 2 left. Three, 6, 10, 7, 8. Or 3, 6, 7, 8, 10 if you like metric. Cadiero. Oh, want to go for the 3 on the left side. It's a good idea, but he just missed the target a little bit. 60 through 6. And he makes it an 8 box. For 68 through 7. Zoltko leads in the string by 47 at this time. 3 boxes for 47. Going to need at least a mark and some change. Cadiero works on it. Welp. Welp. The jokes will just write themselves on that one. I used to be amazed by that, but I've seen that happen so many times here at Boutwell's where I'm just like, yep, it's happening again. And the 10-pin, look at that. 10-pin kind of did it too. Seen so many bowlers where that sliding pin action just keeps it interesting. You don't really see that in a lot of other Candlepin houses. So that's going to be 76 through 8 for John Cadiero. Caitlin Zoltko's at 88 through 8. Hey, we don't have that happen at Lakeside, I'll tell you that. I wish that could happen a little more at Lakeside. Cadiero goes to the left of the head pin, takes 6 down. 1, 3, 6, 7. John threads that needle. So at this point, Caitlin Zoltko will take the third game. I'm going to call it at this point. Pretty sure my math is right on that. And John Cadiero will make it a 9 in the 9th for 85 through 9. He can tie with a triple strike. That's really the best we can hope for, 85 through 9. John Cadiero, 1-3 pocket. Ooh. An inverted triangle. You know, some people are innies, some people are outies. Some people are Ford Fiestas. Cadiero on the innie triangle only takes the 5, leaves the 4 and the 8. For the 8, 9, or 10 for John, it'll be an 8 in the 10th for a 93 third game for John Cadiero and a 3-game total of 318. Caitlin Zoltko leads in the total by 20 with 338. John Cadiero 318 with that 93. 105, 120, 93 for John Cadiero. 112, 111, 115 for Caitlin Zoltko. And that is the story of 3 games into this 5-game match in the ACST. Class B North, Zoltko at Cadiero. The phone's ringing at the front desk. When we come back, it'll be the start of game 4. Zoltko will lead off here at Boutwell's Bowling Center in Concord, New Hampshire. It's a pretty warm mid-spring evening here in New England, and it's supposed to only get hotter, and let's make it hotter with this bowling. Caitlin Zoltko finds the pocket. Cluster of 3. 2, 4, 8, arranged neatly together. She'll nudge down all but 1 pin. Just 1 pin to go for Caitlin Zoltko. That's a 10. Caitlin Zoltko, she has her longest streak of matches where she's gone more than 500 grand total pinfall clocked at 9 consecutive. She's gone 3 matches in a row where she's gone 10 points or higher. She'll chop the 6 for a 1-drop. Recently, Caitlin Zoltko faced Stephen Post in round 13, taking 6 points with a 5-11 series. She threw a 110, a 108, an 86, a 118, followed by an 89 with 1 strike, 12 spares, and 9 tens with 23 for 50 on the head pin and 14 splits. 1, 2, 4, 7 for Caitlin is the play for a 10 box here, and she'll make it an 8. 18 through 2 for Caitlin Zoltko. Caitlin on the pocket. Little full for 7-10. There's no wood to speak of really other than just the 10 pin. I don't know if you'd want to play that. Caitlin's just going to go for the safe route on the 4 and the 7. There's some boxes like this where as much as you want to try the trick shot on the second ball, you could give that a shot, but if it means losing a pin or two, you kind of have to think of the bigger picture. Caitlin will make that a 9 for 27 through 3. Here's Zoltko. 1 pocket, 6 drop, and a split. That's a 3-4-6-10. 3 right, 1 left. And the play. Just slightly west of the outside of the object pin. Collides with the wood. Still 3 right, 1 left. 6 box or higher. And the result of the play is a 7 for Caitlin in the 4th. That 34 through 4. Caitlin Zoltko's at a perfect 50% head pin completion percentage as of right now with 8 splits, averaging 5.91 on the first ball. Her fill average is still 6.56 on the nose with a 53% perfect box percentage thus far. And Caitlin will just miss the head pin to the left by a little bit, but she'll take 6 down by proxy. That's the 1-3-6-7 now. And for the play on 3, anything but the 7, it just didn't mix quite off to the left as much as we'd hoped. It'll be a markless half for Caitlin. I think one of the first in recent memory from game two onwards. That'll be a 10 for Caitlin. And that's 44 through 5 with a 3.5 game total of 382 for Caitlin Zoltko with 2 strikes, 7 spares, and 10 tens. And when we come back, it'll be John Cadiero on lane number 6 to start out his first 5 boxes of the 4th game here on the ACST in Concord, New Hampshire at Boutwell's Bowling Center. Starting now. Starts with a couple off the right side and the back, leaving 6 overall standing. It's the center diamond, the 4 and the 7 for John Cadiero with a 4 drop. Goes for the pocket a little bit to the right, but he won't quite... He almost stole it. It was looking good for a second there. He'll go out with a 9 in the first. One more play by John Cadiero. In his past 5 matches, he's thrown 17 strikes, 72 spares, and 72 tens. In his longest streak of matches where he's gone more than 500 in grand total pinfall has been 10 consecutive, and he's gone 3 consecutive where he's gone more than 550. And he has 1 600 match on the books, and he'll drop 7 here. It's a 2-8-10. That's his 8th split of the match. He'll play the object on the 2. It'll skate back to the 8. It won't go to the 10. John Cadiero has 3 pinfall this season. His past 5 away matches on the road, he's taken 26 points, where he's averaged 5.2 points per match in those past 5. Piece of wood meandering in and out of play. It's going to roll back in. Single pin shot for a 10 box for John Cadiero in the second. 18 or 19. It'll be 19 through 2 with that 10 box for John Cadiero, who has the 7th highest Class B total spares at 192 and the 2nd highest Class B average spare fill at 6.4. Cadiero, it's away, and it's a strike. A kingpin roll down for the 10th pin. He's getting back on the horse for the strike for John Cadiero, Caitlin Zoltko. But with a mark in this half, that'll put him in good positioning for this game. On the 1-3 pocket, there goes the 5. Cadiero. Crossed over a little bit much. 7 so far on the strike fill is the 1, the 3, and the 10. And for the spare on the strike, he just misses it a little bit. He'll take 2 of 3. He'll take a 9 fill on the strike for 38 through 3. And he makes it a 10 in the 4th for 48 through 4. John Cadiero has the 9th highest Class B total 10s at 197, the 6th highest Class B fewest average pins left standing at 41.8. Recently, John Cadiero faced Bruno DeFeo in round 17, in which he took 4 points with a 545 series, and he'll drop 6 and split 6 here. His 3rd split of the half. 4-6-3-10 for John Cadiero. A lot of wood, plausible spare leave. It's away. And it is almost good. He touches the 4th pin, but not enough to knock it over. In that match against Bruno DeFeo, John Cadiero threw a 117, a 121, 123, 97, and an 87. And there is a 10 for John Cadiero, 58 half. And to remind you, Caitlin Zoltko has a 44 half. It's a 3.5 game total of 376 for John Cadiero. Meanwhile, 82, 3.5 game total for Caitlin Zoltko. That's halftime of the 3rd complete. Let's go to the 3rd quarter of the 4th game for Caitlin Zoltko here. In Concord, New Hampshire, Caitlin Zoltko works at Lakeside. John Cadiero works at Boutwell's. It's a battle of the employees. 5 drop for Caitlin. Center diamond in the 10. And Zoltko will chop the 2, and that's it. One, 3, 5, 10. Just looking to get an out, and boxes that make you go, She leaves the 1, the 5, and the 1 kind of slid a little bit off to the right. That's an 8 box for Caitlin Zoltko for 52 through 6. Zoltko in the 1-2 pocket. 8 go down as the 6 and the 10. For the spare, she gets it. 6-10, secured. 62 and a bonus for Caitlin Zoltko as she throws in the replay here. Look at this, just about as far right as you can go on the 6 before missing it. 62 and a bonus through 7 for Caitlin. Here's the spare fill. Oh, 189 special. Oh, you love the 189. Not a split, but also not great either. You got to play a weird pocket to really get anything, and you just kind of have to hope you can just pin your way out. It's like a spread eagle with a stopper in the center. If you can imagine like a pinball table with the stopper being up in between the flippers, that's kind of what it is. That will be a 6 box for Caitlin Zoltko, 71 through 8. Caitlin Zoltko has 1 match where she has a 550 or higher series. Head pin, break the split up, not quite. 7 drops, 6, 7, 10. Caitlin will hit the wood in the center. Nothing there. And she'll take 8 in the 9th for 79 through 9. Bit of a drop-off from the first 3 games. We can get to 109 with a triple strike. Caitlin Zoltko is currently at 417, 3.9 games in. Here we go. Caitlin will chop 3 down. 4-7-8 taken down so far. The spare bit, chopped down the center. That's frustrating. Ooh. It'll be a 6 for Caitlin, and yeah, I felt that one myself. 85 is the 4th game for Caitlin. It's a 4-game total of 423. Caitlin Zoltko maintains a 50% perfect box percentage, right on the money for her average for the season. 62 for bonus pins off of fills. That's an average of 6.2 per mark. And she's 50% of the head pin exactly. It's just a tale of the 50% for Caitlin Zoltko this evening. John Cadiero now on lane 5 in a couple of seconds here. Here he is. 1-2 pocket. Bit of a dance around. 5 on the right. 5 on the floor. And 3 go down to that 5. 6 in the 10 standing. What'll it be for John? It'll be a 9. 67 through 6 for John Cadiero. Compare that to 52 through 6 for Caitlin Zoltko. Also live this evening, I believe I saw it go live on Candlepin Corner, is Josh Daly versus Justin Waters in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour. Should be a fun match to watch. I think that's being, I didn't look, so don't quote me on this. I think that's being possibly worked on by Micah Imperato. Something just told me maybe. If I'm wrong, but that's just my guess. Micah's been working on a new score system that hopefully we might be able to make exciting in the coming months/years, maybe. 76 through 7 for John Cadiero. Meanwhile, Caitlin Zoltko 65 through 7. Yeah, we're working on an interactive web-based score system that Micah Imperato's working on, and been working on kind of helping him with the debugging process and that kind of stuff. And I've moved on to the phases of I'm trying to work on building a streaming workflow for it. And we're making progress, and I'm kind of excited for it. So, well, not kind of. I am excited for it. John Cadiero with a 7-10 split leave with Wood. He plays the 7 and only the 7. Didn't get any action sliding over to the 10. And the result will be, it's going to stay on for a 10 for John Cadiero, 86 through 8, and he will take the 4th game. So it's 2 points apiece for both boulders here towards the end of the 4th. John Cadiero is just looking through 2 boxes to get to 423 to match Caitlin Zoltko. Let's see if he can do it. John Cadiero to the left of the head pin, and he'll drop 7, 1-3-6. 6 moved a bit. And Cadiero will spare that. Spare that meaning no pins were spared. Yeah, that 6 pin is really off its spot, you know, again with the sliding pin theming this evening. But John Cadiero made it work. Oh, he made it work. And he makes the 1-2 pocket work for an 8 fill on the spare, 6-10 with Wood. John Cadiero 104 through 9, 422. He's just 1 under in the grand total pinfall, but he will be over after this box. Oh, and I don't know if I missed something. It would appear that Caitlin was given an 86 rather than 85. Anyways, that's a 10 box for John Cadiero. So here's the score. I'll review it before we, I don't know, oh, excuse me. No, what am I saying? That was a spare for John Cadiero. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself thinking about that score correction. Here's the spare fill. Oh, well, I'm glad we saw that. That's a 6 fill, excuse me. That's a 120 for John Cadiero. Holy moly. Look at that 2-pin, where it's standing. I can't believe that. All right. So what I'm going to do, it's 86 up there for Caitlin Cadiero, so I will just, I don't know where because they cleared the screen already. I'll just give her a +1 in the 10th just to make the total match theirs. Again, the bowlers win on whatever scoring, whatever's it is. It's 424 for Caitlin Zoltko with an 86 and 120 for John Cadiero for 438. That's the end of the 5th game. It's 424 Caitlin Zoltko, 438 John Cadiero, who has taken the grand total back since then. He was at a deficit. He seems to be poised at a pivot point to make a splash for maybe flipping the script. But we're here in game 5. It's worth 2 points for the game and 4 for the total pinfall. I like to think of it as a 6-point game. Here's Caitlin Zoltko to start things off. Chopping 2 on the right side, 3 and 9. Half Worcester right side. Okay, on the outside of the head pin, but also a little full-ish, not much full, but it's enough to prevent the spare. She's got the 2 and the 4. No, I'm sorry, the 4 and the 8. It's a 10 box for Caitlin Zoltko. 10 through 1. In Caitlin Zoltko's past 5 away matches, she's taken 37 points, and that's an average of 7.4 points per away match. In her past 5 home matches, she's taken 7 points, and that's an average of 5.4 points per home match. And she'll chop 6 down on the head pin, a split 3 right, 1 left. 4-6, 3-10. Caitlin will sail through the center, and that's all I can say about that ball. Six, 7, 8, 9, or 10. It's going to be an 8 in the second for Zoltko. Caitlin on the 1-2. 6 go down again. Again, this weird leave of 3 on the right and 1 on the left, or vice versa. Ugh. 3-6, 10-4. 3-6 go down, 4-10 stand. Zoltko on the 4-10, it'll be an 8. 26 through 3 for Caitlin. In Class B North Division 3, we have Bruno DeFeo in the lead with a record of 163 and 75. There's a 1-3-10 leave for Caitlin Zoltko. 7 drop in the 4th. Maybe we can get a spare out of this. We'll take a three shot out of this, leaving the 1 and the 6. Leading the wild card is Alex Dellis with a record of 151 and 101. And she'll take a 10. 10 in the 4th for 36. 2 10s, 2 8s for Caitlin Zoltko, 2 for 4 on the headpin. Both those headpin shots have been splits. She's had 11 splits this match so far with a 50% headpin completion percentage and a 50% perfect box percentage. Oh, and she'll mix down. Wow, almost a, well, it's not a Julian strike. It's like a backdoor, then front door, then almost backdoor strike thing again. She'll drop 9, missing the headpin, but took it by proxy, and is a spare for Caitlin. We'll take that. Caitlin Zoltko has a 46 half and a bonus coming up, and when she returns for her final 5 boxes, she's 2 for 5 in the headpin, 2 splits this half. 49% of the headpin up to this point, 51% perfect box percentage, so 1% was allocated just to a different spot. 470 for Caitlin Zoltko with 5 boxes to go, plus a fill. John Cadiero comes back with a 448 4-game total. 1-3 pocket, 4-7 leave. Cadiero for the spare. He takes the 4. He leaves the 7. And he's going to make it a 10 box. 10 through 1. Cadiero. Oh, yeah, there's the strike we've been waiting for. The big ball. In fact, let's look at that again. One-two pocket and the 6-10 go down last as we wait for the ball return as it is stunned by that strike. Cadiero, 20 through 2. Plus, Well, he'll get some pins out of the first ball so far. 4 so far. 4 left, 2 right. 4 fill plus. A few more. That's not bad. How about an 8 fill on the strike for 28 through 2? 1 of the 8 standing for a 10 box for John Cadiero. Oh, on the head pin. Can't quite take the sleeper. Messenger taps it but doesn't take it. That'll be a 9 for John Cadiero for 37 through 3. Cadiero. Oh, chops 2 on the right side. 3-9 chop out, a half Worcester. And arms out, bro. Didn't do it, but what John Cadiero did do was go through the hole where the first ball went. Can't award the same 2 pins twice. He'll take an out of 6. That puts him at 43 through 4. So the story of John Cadiero really starts in the 4th game, in which he really won back and clawed back a total deficit with a 120 game over Caitlin Zoltko's 86. And that's kind of put him back in this game for the most part here. He'll take 3 out. 6-pack on the left side plus the 10. Cadiero is a little full in the head pin. Takes a few. 4, 5, 7, 10. 6 or higher. It's going to be an 8. And that is a 51.5 for John Cadiero, who has 489 on the pinfall. Caitlin Zoltko's got 470 plus a fill. Still relatively competitive, quite competitive and close. So only a mark and some change, really, between our 2 bowlers in the grand total pinfall. And it'll be a matter of who can take those 4 points to really swing it in their direction. 4 points, away and home so far this match. So the 5th game is big, worth up to 6, and it can swing things in either direction. Caitlin Zoltko up next on lane 5 to fill a spare. Here we go. She'll take 7 down, missed the head pin, but got a nice mix. 1, 2, 9. 53 through 5 for Caitlin Zoltko. And then the play for the spare, she's on the, well, not even the outside of the head pin. It bypasses it, goes to the 9. Leaves the 1 and the 2. 8, 9, or 10. It's going to be a 10. Nicely composed. 63 through 6 for Caitlin Zoltko with that 10 box. Looks like we might have a... Nope, I don't know what happened. Just looking at a bowling ball as if something was damaged with it, but I don't know. Lane 5, Caitlin Zoltko for box 7, first ball. Crosses over, 4 down, 6 up, 6-pack. 6-pack is brought to you by the bar at Boutwell's Bowling Center, as well as Sabrin Pizza, located in the parking lot, walking distance of the bowling alley, and you can order food from Sabrin Pizza right in Boutwell's Bowling Center from the front desk. Really great pizza, by the way. There, the other day I was calling 2 matches in a row, and needed some fuel in between, so I got a small buffalo chicken pizza from Sabrin Pizza, and I gotta tell you, it's great. So don't sleep on Sabrin Pizza when you're at Boutwell's for a tournament or whatever. Go grab something from there. 7 box for Caitlin Zoltko, 70 through 7. Caitlin on the pocket. She takes down 7. It's the 4, 7, 10. It's a split of 7 for Caitlin Zoltko. Caitlin on the 4, 7, 10 with Wood, plays it high. The ball kicks right, and it was a good idea. And I thought the ball had a chance of taking the 10, but it had to really be precise on where it was going to land. Good idea. It's still good pinning for Caitlin Zoltko. That's a 10 box for 80 through 8. Two boxes to go for Caitlin Zoltko, over 500. She's at 504 in the grand total pinfall, plus the next 2 frames. Zoltko on the 1-3 takes 7 down. 2 triangle, 2, 4, 5. And this is the outie triangle this time. We saw John Cadiero with an innie. Caitlin is going to cross just a little bit. She'll take 2 on each side, leaving the pointer of the triangle. Just the 2 pin for Caitlin for the 10. 90 through 9 for Caitlin Zoltko. 5, 14. And count. As we wind down Caitlin Zoltko's match, we'll get a picture of what John Cadiero has to do. Not only for the game, but for the total. See where the 6 points go. Caitlin Zoltko for the strike, yes. And that's going to help a lot. 100 plus fills for Caitlin Zoltko. She's at 524 plus a fill. Let's see. She hit the 1-3 pocket. Pins flew to the left and bounced off the sidewall, and a piece of wood knocked over the 4 pin, and we're waiting on the pin setter just to figure things out here. Two bonus bowling balls for fills for Caitlin Zoltko. Crosses over so far. 5. So we got 105 plus whatever this final ball is. Caitlin will make it a 9 fill. So that'll be a 109 for Caitlin Zoltko, and that makes it a 533 series. 112, 111, 115, 86, and 109 is Caitlin Zoltko's evening. 54% perfect box percentage, just got better and better. She averaged 6.5 on mark fills, 12 splits, 25 head pin shots, 6.4 first ball average. An impressive performance. And now John Cadiero will be here to finish it off, as is tradition for the home bowler in an ACST match. Here at Boutwell's Bowling Center at Concord, New Hampshire. Hope you enjoyed this match this evening. As always, I'd like to thank our ACST League Commissioner, Danny Finn, our committee members, including our Class B Treasurer, Corey Alisi, our statistician, Micah Imperato. There is a 4-drop for John Cadiero so far. Missed the object, left the object. Of course, I always like to thank the staff at Boutwell's Bowling Center for hosting us and being so accommodating, as always. That's 61 through 6 with a 10 box for John Cadiero. My friend Steve Abadili contributed some video content in the B-roll and photography and whatnot. You can check out his work at stabodili.com, also link in the description. I always like to thank viewers like you for watching, as always. And John Cadiero will miss the head pin. He'll take down 7. It's the 148 for John. Now the question is, do you play the inside or the outside of the head pin? Cadiero won't quite find the head pin in either direction. It's the 1 and the 4. 8, 9, or 10. What's it going to be? It's going to be a nice 10 box. He played it on the inside, so I guess in theory we could have played the inside of the head pin for the spare, but he'll take a 10. 71 through 7, up by 1 over Caitlin Zoltko, 70 through 7. John Cadiero crosses over 500. He's at 509. Has to get to 533 or higher for the grand total pinfall. Zoltko leads by 24. Zoltko in the total. Zoltko leads by 38 in the game. 7 drop on the head pin for John Cadiero. It's the 2-8-10. And there's wood. There's a lot of wood. Cadiero, everything but the sleeper. Yeah, the sleeper is a difficult one for sure. Now he's looking at a 9 or a 10. It's going to be a 9. That's 80 through 8. Bowlers deadlocked at 80. Love through 8. That means John Cadiero is going to need a mark and a good fill to get to 109. As you saw, Caitlin Zoltko threw a 10 and a strike with a 9 fill to get there. John Cadiero's pass must be similar. He'll take 6 down so far. 1, 6, 8, 10. Here's a bit for a spare. Just a little bit to the left of the head pin. He leaves the 1, 6, 10. And he makes it a very pretty 10 box. In the 9th, 90 through 9. So as you know, Caitlin Zoltko threw a mark in the 10th, who also had 90 through 9. Can John Cadiero do the same? But he's going to need a spare and a strike, or a strike and a spare. It's away. Pocket shot. Oh, my. Oh, okay. He got a decent mix. So far, he drops 9. He leaves the 7 pin. There's no wood along the 7 pin. And he'll just miss the mark to the right. That means Caitlin Zoltko will hold on to the game. But I believe the total might be in favor of John Cadiero. And I think that will be a 9. Yes, it will be a 9. Just wanted to check. So that's a 537 5-game series for John Cadiero. He will squeak out the grand total pinfall by simply 4 pins. Caitlin Zoltko with a 533. John Cadiero threw a 99 in the 5th game for a 105, a 120, a 93, a 120, and then a 99. 537 series. He threw 11 splits and 26 head pins for 50. 52% head pin completion percentage, a 52% perfect box percentage with 4 strikes, 7 spares, 15 tens. Totaling 77 on fills, averaging 7 per mark. So that's the story of the 5th game. Let's talk about the match. So overall, this was a close, fierce match. Both bowlers over 50% on the head pin, or at or over 50%. The splits were relatively even for both. Caitlin had 1 more than John. John had 1 more head pin than Caitlin. Both bowlers over 6 for the first ball average, and that's good to see. 6.04 for Caitlin Zoltko, 6.42 for John Cadiero overall. That means this evening, Caitlin Zoltko will take 6 points, and John Cadiero will take 8. And then in the fills, you got to look at the fill totals. They were both like almost deadlocked. 78 for Caitlin Zoltko, 77 for John Cadiero, and that meant the averages were similar. Caitlin Zoltko averaged 6.5 on the mark fills. John Cadiero averaged 7 on the mark fills. The difference was just the number of marks. Caitlin Zoltko had 3 strikes, 9 spares, and John Cadiero had 4 strikes and 7 spares. All right, so that should just about do it for us for this match. Here's some graphs. If you like graphs, feel free to pause the video, full screen it, do whatever if you want to analyze this. Shout out to John Cadiero for that 1-3 box. Otherwise, everyone was 6 or higher for the boxes. Anyways, so stay tuned. I'll be putting together a quick highlight reel for you all so we can watch some of the best marks seen in this match. For Caitlin Zoltko and John Cadiero, I'm Steve Kelly. It's been great having you this evening, and we'll see you at the next Atlantic Candles Tour. Have a great one, everybody. It's the 278 with Deadwood. Caitlin Zoltko will go for the spare, and she's got the spare. 32 through 3. For a spare ball, she gets a double spare. It's been a little while since we've had John Cadiero on the program, a couple of months. And there's a way to start out again. This looks like a gimme spare. Cadiero, he's got it for the spare. Caitlin Zoltko has a high single of 135 and a high series of 586. And she'll take a triangle spare. Zoltko, 3, 6, 8, 10 is the split and the leave and the play for the spare. And Caitlin Zoltko will take the spare, though, no problem. For a spare. The attempt is good for John Cadiero. And for the half Worcester spare, she's got it. Put him down, 10 in a bonus. And here she is with a strike on spare. 3-pin. Cadiero, let's go. That's a spare for John. And he'll take a spare on spare. 2 spares for John Cadiero. Here's the next ball. Oops. Oh my goodness, that's a strike for John Cadiero. Oh my goodness, 5 first ball average. So I expect 6.15 pins. How about 10 pins here? 1, 2, 4, 5, 8, 9. And she'll take those for the spare. Was leaning. 8 down so far. 1, 2 pocket. The pins he missed. The pins he gets. Cadiero. It's away, and it's a strike. For the spare, she gets it. 6-10, secured. And Cadiero will spare that. Backdoor, then front door, then almost backdoor strike thing again. She'll drop 9, missing the headbend, but took it by proxy, and is a spare for Caitlin. Cadiero, oh yeah, there's the strike we've been waiting for. Not only for the game, but for the total. See where the 6 points go. Caitlin Zoltko on the for the strike, yes.